The Moai statues are giant stone sculptures located on Easter Island in the Pacific Ocean. Most of the statues are about 4 meters tall, with some over 10 meters and weighing more than 80 tons. The largest known Moai statue is located in a quarry on Easter Island and has not yet been erected. It is about 21.6 meters tall and is estimated to weigh around 145 to 165 tons, equivalent to approximately 10 fully loaded large trucks. Many so-called experts claim that these statues were made by the island's inhabitants using primitive methods, but this is not the truth. After all, it's easy to understand that on a small island, it would be impossible to have enough human and natural resources to create such statues. In fact, these statues are ancient, with the newest among them dating back around 14,500 years. These statues were created using advanced technology, such as anti-gravity techniques and sophisticated stone-cutting tools. And these statues were not simply decorative pieces placed on Easter Island. At that time, there was a massive continent in the South Pacific. The Polynesians of today are the descendants of the survivors of that continent, which sank in a great catastrophe. They now live on islands that were not submerged, including Easter Island. In those days, the area now known as Easter Island was actually a quarry called Holoton. Holoton was partially spared after the disaster. When I say partially, you must realize that the quarries had been 10 times as extensive as the vestiges that remain today. The part that wasn't swallowed up in the cataclysm was the area where Moai stood. In fact, under the waters surrounding Easter Island, if people search, they can find more of these statues. The sunken continent was called the continent of Mu. These statues were built to commemorate the extraterrestrials who frequently visited Earth at that time. These extraterrestrials lived on a planet called Thiauba. It is because of these aliens' frequent visits during this period that there are so many legends on Earth, describing giants and chariots of fire from the heavens. These extraterrestrials were great friends with the inhabitants of Mu. Artists and sculptors on Mu gave them much consideration. Artists and sculptors consulted the king of Mu and, with his consent, worked to immortalize them. The immense statues at Holoton are examples of such work. They were, for the civilization of the time, the ultimate of great art, being in size and shape, what you would describe as stylized. They were finished and ready to be transported on one of the enormous platforms that serviced the length and breadth of the country, terminating always in Savanasa, which is the capital of Mu. The master of the time erected these statues either in the king's gardens or along the path that led to the pyramid of Savanasa. If you want to know more about the continent of Mu, you can watch this video.